This is the mission, 2 hours, 50 minutes at Shanghai Marathon. But there's a lot at stake. It's not just 250 for the sake of 250, it's 250 because I need to get as far under the time qualifying standard for New York City Marathon to top off the most epic 2026 imaginable. 305's the standard and 250 should see me safe, so there's a lot riding on this marathon. This is my last roll of the dice, and the day this video goes out is the day we're running Shanghai. But right now, we're 6 days away. You need the backstory. You have to have the backstory. This came at a price. And if you didn't watch the video, then you'll know it was a hefty price. It was a grim day. I'm gonna say I blew up. I was actually ill and I didn't know it. Not making excuses, but that was an excuse. But Berlin was the day when I was supposed to lock in my 6th marathon for 2026, like the cherry on top of the cake, the icing, New York City Marathon, because I knew that I needed a particular time. I mean, obviously, I wanted to run a PB anyway. I'm not saying that I didn't, but I knew that that PB would also bring with it a few things, like a time that would qualify me for New York City in 2026. Last year, I think the cut down was something like 13 minutes under the standard entry time, the qualifying time, which for my age group is 3:05. So I figured I needed a 250 and I ended up running 2:57. Now, I also knew that I had Cape Town in the locker if needed and Shanghai. Well, guess what? Cape Town was cancelled, adding another layer of jeopardy because suddenly I'm down to this one marathon. I'm down to certainly not patchy training, but not ideal because I took some time off after Berlin. I built my way back up. So now we sit here with this, it's all or nothing. This is the last roll of the dice. If you want to run New York City Marathon, if you want to get the new version of this marathon medal next year, then you're gonna have to hit 250 in Shanghai, which is on the line, I would say, of what I believe I'm capable of right now. So let me quickly run you through this, what I think is a mind-blowing, and it's in the early stages of planning, but a mind-blowing 2026 of racing, because you will know if you watch the channel that we're in Tokyo. This will be my 6th star, so Tokyo at the start of March. Then we leap forwards just 1 month. I have Manchester Marathon, and then the week after London Marathon, so that's Mary's 6th star, and it's where my star journey started, so that's in itself pretty cool. We go from London and we collect our 7th star in Sydney in August, and then we're gonna have one more go at hitting a hard, fast marathon flat because we love Chicago, so we're gonna go back to Chicago. We're in for 2026 in October, straight into New York, hopefully in November. And here's the thing, Mary's already in New York. We're pretty certain she's like 25-30 minutes under the time cutoff. So the pressure is on me because the last thing I want to be doing is spectating on that day. When I say the last thing, obviously I'll be happy to spectate, but you know what I mean, like I'd rather be running it. So there is a lot of pressure on the entire year of 2026 on this race, and I'm not saying that for pity. I like that. I live off that. I thrive off that. But now I've got to run a 250. But because it's taper week, because we're 6 days away from Shanghai right now, I have about 2 runs left, one of which is going to be tomorrow. Okay, let's go running, shall we? I actually feel a bit weird about this because, I mean, we're running Shanghai in now 5 days' time, and this run will be telltale because we haven't felt great.
No, I felt terrible.
No, let's see how we go.
I'm getting all the taper feels.
Yeah, paranoia in full swing.
Oh, this is nice though. So it's been a bit weird really, because over the last 10 weeks we had Berlin, we had to work out how to come down for Cape Town and then go back up, and then come down and back up for Shanghai. And when we first started training, we were trying to make Cape Town and Shanghai just a bit of fun. But obviously, as you now know, Shanghai's got a bit more meaning to it. I only came down here because it was quieter than the road where the traffic is, but the sand is so sinky and tough to run in. Mary's back up on the road up there. She was like, no thank you, not having any of that. Got a little bit ahead of her though because she was waiting for me. So where we got to actually was between Berlin and Cape Town we needed to recharge, and then after Cape Town we thought we'll do a 2-week taper, after 3 weeks of a training block, like what we would call our traditional last block before a marathon. So I think you did 80 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 100 kilometers, didn't you? So you got a decent chunk in there.
Yeah.
And I did a little less, but supplemented it with biking. So it was actually quite a nice little block when it all came together. I'm at 3.5, so we can turn around. It's just 7K today. So with that training block under the belt, I feel reasonably confident to go for a 250, where I felt like in Berlin, if I wasn't ill, if the weather was okay, and on a good day I was capable of low 240s. I've taken the edge off a bit with the priority being New York, whereas Mary is gonna go for about a sub 310, somewhere in there, that would represent a PB and would give her a great platform to spring off of for Tokyo and beyond. Now here's another complication that I've only found out today, and I don't know how true it is, this will be in one of the race videos, is that apparently all foreigners that are not with a tour company are put in Corral D. Doesn't matter how fast you are, doesn't matter what time you're shooting for, you're just whacked in Corral D, which means a lot of weaving around people.
Gotta get that Strava snap.
So plan of action, whilst Mary takes a selfie as she always does on a run, is I'm aiming, I'd have to go for between 4 to 4:05 per kilometre. Sorry, not a psychopath, don't know what that is in miles, but what I do know is that I'm probably going to be hampered in the early days. I'm going to try and not weave too much, because obviously that's going to add distance on and stress, and I'm going to try and let the race come to me. So I'm going to try and make it a negative split, and use the fact that I might be in Corral D and having to pick my way through a lot of runners to my advantage to keep the heart rate low and the pace low and build in, rather than go too fast and blow up. That's the only thing I can think of as a positive from this potential. Right, there's Mary running off. I still want to run down the beach. It's not too bad. She's gone up to the road. So now I have the race plan, kind of have it firmed up in my head. I'll see how it goes. There's a few, I would call them oddities, about getting into the Shanghai Marathon that you're definitely going to need to know if you're thinking about going to it. We'll expand on it in the other two videos, the two race videos, but it's, let's just say it's not been easy to sort all of this out. There's way more faff than a lot of marathons. I'll run you through it. I'm going to pack the bag. So now comes the real questions, like what am I taking with me? Because essentially Shanghai, it's going to be cold, colder than when we were back in the UK this year. So first of all, I know I'm wearing the Alpha Flies. That is the bit that's guaranteed. I haven't actually decided the race gear I'm wearing yet, but look at this. Sky and Puma have done a collaboration, and they sent me a bunch of amazing stuff. Like this is, I can't wear it in Thailand. I've been looking for the opportunity. Like I've got a wicked hoodie and a jumper, and even this, look at this massive coat that is just gonna see me right in Shanghai. So that's exciting in itself. So I'm gonna be warm, but it's this bit I'm struggling with. Race top. I genuinely don't know. I've got a bunch of Soar stuff, a bunch of Sky stuff, a bunch of Nike stuff. Nothing quite like is doing it for me. I might have to buy something when I'm there. So I'm gonna just take a couple of options and then maybe have a look around in the Nike store. I do know that I will take these Sky shorts, and I'll tell you why these are amazing. They've got a gel pocket on either side, and I take quite a lot of gels in my race. So extra pocket storage. So I've got a few of my most comfortable options, I guess, and that's as good as I can do. I'm also taking this Know Me Soon. This is a Thai brand, but look how cool this vest is. I do love it. Like it's proper out there, but it's a beauty, right? So yeah, options, I guess. And I've got to tell you, actually, here's the number. If you're thinking about racing in Shanghai in 2026 or 2027, if you are British, it's a problem. Possibly if you're American, I don't know. But China has this visa thing where you can go to China without a visa for 10 days if you don't fly back to the place from where you came from. So we had flights booked from Thailand and back to Thailand, and in order for that to work, we would have had to have got a visa, put in our passport, fingerprinting stuff, gone to a visa office. It was such a faff.
But we found out that if we just changed our return flight to go for one night to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia and then to Thailand, we don't need a visa at all, which is, it's ridiculous to say that the easiest way to do this thing was to change flights and go to another country, but it was. So definitely look into the visa situation for your country, because I know if you're from the UK, it has become more difficult. I don't think Irish people, certainly Australian people, don't have the same issue. It's called the transit policy essentially, so just look into it before you go, because it is a faff. Also, you have to have your clothes that you travel in. Like this, literally everywhere I go, I travel in this. I take this suitcase because I love it, and then it's just time to get my head right, because actually there's a lot more riding on this race than perhaps there would have been given other circumstances, given me not being ill and it being a tremendously hot day in Berlin, giving it Cape Town not being cancelled, given it that I know New York will cut down beyond the 3:05 and I want to try and get as far under as possible. It's all fine. Like, I like the pressure of it. I like knowing that I have to perform. Like, that's when I'm at my best. But at the same time, this could set up us, the channel, our journey for an incredible 2026 to get 6 stars each, finish our 6-star journeys at different marathons and get our 7th star. There's just a tremendous amount on this, and in 3 days from watching this video will be all of the rest. Like from the moment we get on the plane to go to Shanghai to bring you the experience, the expo, Mary and her journey and her race. And then next week will be about the carb load, the everything I eat during race, before race and my race. So we have a week of Shanghai content coming that I hope will bring a positive experience to everyone and make you feel like you want to do Shanghai. I don't know that yet though. That's the thing. Like, am I going to get to Shanghai? Am I going to end up in Corral D? Is it going to be hard to negotiate my way around? It is going to be a really different experience, and we want to bring it to you from the inside as well. So here's what you do. You subscribe to the channel so that you can follow our journey, not just for Shanghai, but all of 2026 when we've got bonkers amount of races. And you watch this video here, which is going to show you our experiences in Berlin. Well, it was the last time we ran a marathon, and Mary ran halfway decent, I didn't, but that's another story. And then I'll see you in Shanghai from the inside.